Okay, what's up everyone? This is Seminole Zachary here, back at it again. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta change the quality in this. Let's make this more bearable so you guys could actually see what I'm trying to record here. So recently I had a battle with PokeStrikes on his live stream, and I kind of just wanted to make this video just so I could like explain how I go through my battle process. You know, I was not recording at the time, so this is from his perspective. So I want to be able to get the battle from my perspective. So my team is Garchomp, Celesteela, Tapu Fini, Cresselia, Regieleki, and Single Strike Urshifu, while my man PokeStrikes over here has Registeel, Riolu, Thundurus Incarnate, Tapu Fini, Grimmsnarl, and Arcanine. Now, I'm gonna go over whatever I do on my perspective because it's just like gonna be a new format of like how I do my battles in case someone else happens to get my stream gets to like do battle highlights while I don't get the chance to record on cart. So if you guys don't know, I've already made Master Ball again with my Garchomp team. I redesigned it. I took away the DD. I took away the Thundurus that I had. And that's pretty much all the changes I made. And Incineroar. And what I do here is I lead Regieleki Urshifu and have Celesteela Garchomp in the back, where my plan is to get screens up with my Regieleki, and then Urshifu should be able to just clean up whatever he should do. I was mostly worried about the Registeel because the way Strikes is running it, it's meant to be like super defensive with getting enough Max Steel Strike boosts or coaching boosts. You know, something around those lines. I am focus sash on Urshifu, and this is likely Regieleki that I have. I'll give more info as time passes on with this video, but I'm not going to spoil anything. If any of you guys watch this stream, I'm pretty sure you already know the result if you watch this specific live stream, which is yesterday at the time of recording. So what I do here is that I was actually afraid of Grimmsnarl Spirit Break turn 1, so what I do is go for Electro Web with Regieleki and Detect with my Urshifu, because I thought for sure he would just go ahead and target down Urshifu with Spirit Break immediately instead of going for Light Screen or Reflect. I thought he was going to go for Spirit Break Snarl. So I Detect here with my Urshifu, thinking that he would Spirit Break. And there's his Light Screen that goes up. That's going to increase the special defense for 8 turns as he's holding a Light Clay. I go for Electro Web here because I thought the Arcanine would be the most polarizing threat among his Pokemon. And that way I would just make Urshifu able to attack Arcanine with Wicked Blow later on. But the Snarl does connect Regieleki. Now, this is a little huge because I pretty much think I don't go for Volt Switch here. I go for a stupid play here. I go Wicked Blow with Urshifu, thinking that I would somehow KO the Arcanine. I Reflect here instead of going for Volt Switch on the Arcanine because I thought Wicked Blow would just take out the Arcanine, but as you see here, that did way less than I thought it would. Maybe had I gone Volt Switch here, I would have KO'd Arcanine. But, you know, that's a mistake I made, and it would come back to bite me. Heat Wave would miss Regieleki, but I was hoping it would miss Urshifu instead of Regieleki. And the Spirit Break comes out into Urshifu, and I ended up losing Urshifu for, like, no reason. I thought I could have left Urshifu stay there, Wicked Blow, Arcanine, KO it, and then I go down to stash off Spirit Break. That wasn't the case, and as you see, I had Celesteela. I could have swapped it in, and I felt like that should have been the better play I made, because I lost Urshifu for no reason, and now I'm going to have a really tough time against Registeel if he ends up having it in the back. So here, I set up Reflect last turn because I knew it would come down to either Spirit Break not KOing or, you know, something along those lines. I really should have Volt Switched there. So he goes for Thunder Wave on my Celesteela. I thought he would set up Reflect that turn. So I go ahead and set a Light Screen because I was really afraid of Arcanine's Heat Wave doing a lot of damage. He goes for Morning Sun, that's fine. I wasn't planning on doing damage to Arcanine anyway. And what I do here with Celesteela is I go for Leech Seed because I need to make sure I need to chip. My plan was just to chip down Arcanine as much as I could so I could have Garchomp get in range for Arcanine. And I still thought about losing Urshifu there. It was like really huge because I definitely losing in that turn. I could have went Volt Switch into the Arcanine. Even though I was -1, I'm pretty sure I would take a much better range into Wicked Blow. Or I could have just straight up swapped with Celesteela. Yes, I would take a special attack drop, but I guess I was afraid that Heat Wave would be doing too much damage. But then I could just like went for the Light Screen there that turn. But I go for Electro Web here because I'm trying to negate the half speed I got from the paralysis that Thunder Wave did. He goes for another Snarl, but he misses Regieleki, which wasn't really too important. I was hoping I would miss Celesteela. Because this is a special attacking Celesteela. I get paralyzed here. And he goes for a Spirit Break into my Regieleki. That doesn't do a whole lot of damage. But, like, with all these special attack drops that Regieleki is taking, I'm pretty much was just thinking, well, Regieleki's just going to stand there to support. I'm not going to, like, KO anything anytime soon. And it was... I really would have Volt Switched a lot earlier, but I guess I got scared of the paralysis because... Well, it's half speed, and the only way you can match that is if you hit 2 Electro Webs on the targets. So, I thought about swapping in Garchomp here, but I didn't feel like it was safe enough, because I knew for a fact that Arcanine could have Will-O-Wisp here. So what he does, he swaps Arcanine for Riolu. And I still go for Electro Web. This is, I think, at -3, which is not doing so much damage with the light screen up for him. And yeah, I go for Flash Cannon here. I was hoping see, the thing was, if I didn't get paralyzed last turn, I would have at least put the Crimson into so much pressure here, and probably would have catered it with the Flash Cannon. As I get critted by Spirit Break, by the way, I had Reflect Up. And it's, I mean, losing Regieleki there was not the worst thing in the world. I kind of wanted it to be fainted, so I could free switch my Garchomp in. And what I do here is I go Sword Stance on my Garchomp because the only way he would honestly wall me was to switch out Arcanine. I knew he was going to go passive this turn because his Granite Style Spirit Break's not going to do so much with Reflect Up. And he's going to take Rough Skin damage, which would chip into my Celesteela's range. And then if I get the Sword Stance up, I put up a lot of offensive pressure with Garchomp. Especially with the Life Orb I have on it. As you see here, Riolu goes for coaching. I kind of knew he was going to do that because I thought he would play a little passive. But I immediately punished that with Sword Stance. Because of the Intimidate I took from the Arcanine, I'm now at +1 attack instead of +2. And my Celesteela is locked at that -1 special attack I took from the Snarl earlier. Meaning that Flash Cannon literally just did nothing. So Celesteela's only purpose was to timer stall, if anything. The Celesteela is meant to be defensive, but like in dire cases, I can just Dynamax it, go for like Max Steel Spikes or Max Airstreams. And you know, just pretty much what you would expect for Celesteela to do, just be defensive. I've seen some offensive Celesteals before around scrolling through YouTube. You know, Meteor Beam, Power Herb Meteor Beam Celesteela is a one that polarized, but I felt like that wouldn't be good because Nihilego does that job a lot better. So here, I was thinking about going for a second Sword Stance, but I felt like the chance of him burning me was too powerful. But I also misplayed this turn because I Dynamaxed Garchomp when I could have went for Earthquake regularly. Because I misplayed so hard this game, you know. Dynamaxing there was not the play because I could have went for regular Earthquake. Yeah, it may not KO Riolu, but like... Or I could have went for a second Sword Dance, get the +3, and then put up a lot more offensive pressure. He goes for Screech here, which lowers my defense by 2. And I go for Max Quake here. I wanted to KO Arcanine because I didn't want my Garchomp to get burned. I get the KO on Grim, but that might have been too late. He won't get Reflect Up. My special defense does rise, but he doesn't have a special attacker in his team. Or at least in his 4. I go for Leech Seed. I contemplated on Air Slash, but I felt like it wouldn't KO Riolu at -1. And that turn on Dynamax, I really could have went for two different things. I could have went for regular Quake, save my Dynamax for a later point. He brings in Registeel here. Or I could have went for another Swords Dance in front of him, calling him out for going passively, go with +3, and then I can put a lot more offensive pressure towards the Celesteela. I mean, his Registeel. Now here, I read one of two things. I thought either Registeel was going to do nothing, or he would Dynamax Max Steel Spike, which wouldn't really do too much damage. So I go for Max Quake towards the Riolu slot because I kind of knew the Registeel was just going to do nothing there, and I'd rather get rid of Riolu setting up coaching on his Registeel. But really, losing Urshifu turn 2 was really huge because Wicked Blow would just ignore his defense boosts with the Wicked Blow. And I kind of just knew from this point on that I would have to KO Arcanine and hopefully go to a stall war between my Celesteela and his Registeel. With this Intimidate, I go back to neutral. And I'm kind of in a rough spot because he could just Dynamax the Registeel, accept Max Steel Spikes. While my Garchomp's at -2 defense, he's at +1 attack because of coaching, so I'm basically at -3. And I had a free KO on the Arcanine. Like, I legit just got scared I was going to get Will-O-Wisp burned, or got scared that Heat Wave was going to do too much damage to Celesteela, which both were just big misplays on my end, so I'm coming to recognize that later on. As you see, I go for another Max Quake. I don't go for the Registeel because I know for a fact Max Quake at neutral is going to do nothing to a +1 defense Registeel. Like, it shouldn't do anything. I thought I could go to a Stalwart as Registeel. Because, well, his only damaging move would be like Max Knuckle on his Dynamax form with Body Press, but he was just like set a mad amount of Max Steel Spikes to increase the defense to make Body Press even stronger, which I failed to recognize a little too late. And also for the fact that my Celesteela is paralyzed and does not have Flamethrower. I genuinely think Flamethrower is not a good move on Celesteela. My Dynamax ends. I could have preserved my Dynamax a little bit better, but I got scared. I got scared twice this battle. The first time I got scared over losing Celesteela to like a stupid heat wave doing too much damage, but I really could have not done that. I really could have just like screen Regieleki and then swap in the Celesteela that turn so that I could preserve Urshifu for this moment. And then the other misplay was probably not going for Swords Dance the turn he swapped Arcanine for Grim. I go for another Earthquake here, but look how little damage that does to Registeel. That's a +2 defense. This Max, I didn't bother protecting Garchomp because I knew it was going to die to a Max Steel Spike even if I protected the following turn. I contemplated Swords Dance, but I felt like he'll just Max Steel Spike anyway, so what's the point in protecting? You know, have him come down to a Stall War. But as you also see, my Flash Cannon does literally nothing. It does literal 0 to Registeel. And my Light Skin goes out, that doesn't matter at this point because Registeel's physical attacker. Now he's a +3 defense. I protect here for what? I don't know why I protected here. I thought he would Max Knuckle here for some reason. But like, really? I should have just shot for another Flash Cannon or maybe another Air Slash. Because he's only making his Body Press more dangerous by using my Max Steel Spike. It's a nice +4 defense. He's getting more HP back. I'm getting more HP from him off the Leech Seed. But I kind of failed to recognize Body Press's damage output, so... So yes, I would be saving more HP from the Registeel, but like I wouldn't be doing enough damage back. And then add the fact that I'm paralyzed now at half speed. I'm not going to be outspeed this Registeel. Like, the only way I really could have won this was have had my Celesteela not get paralyzed and maybe could have went for a couple Air Slash flinches, or Or what I said already. Preserve Urshifu. I could have done that. Look how much damage Body Press does. I get paralyzed here, but game's pretty much over at this point. So, moral of the battle, I really could have preserved Urshifu there, turn 2. I just got scared that... I don't know why I play Afraid. I could have just went Daring on him several times. I'm putting this loss on myself because I could have went this battle so differently. The turn I lost Urshifu, I could have went Light Screen, swap in Celesteela, then I don't take as much damage to Heat Wave. And then maybe I get more pressure off onto the Grimmsnarl. But, like, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I played it really Afraid. I could have Sword Stanced the turn he swapped Arcanine for Grim. I could have went for regular Earthquake instead of Dynamaxing too early. I could have Protected, actually. Urshifu just really was a pivotal role, just that I just gave it up too early. So the purpose of this video was just like capture this dream moment that I battled PokeStrikes. Which, by the way, GG's, man. This Registeel team's pretty cool. I'm not sure how it would do it best at 3 format, but I'm pretty sure it would do well under the right circumstances. And yeah, I'm also using this as an inference for anybody looking to get better at the game. Reviewing your own losses, see what you could have done better. And that's pretty much the gist of it. If I know most of you are not going to be watching this video just because it's like a VOD review video or something like that, but it'd be a dream if PokeStrikes went in and reacted to this video the way I reacted to my own battle. I want to see his opinions on this and whether he'll do it more of it like that. So if any of you guys enjoyed me reviewing my own battle sets and want me to potentially review your own sets, leave a like, subscribe if you are new here, and follow me on my social media links. This is Seminole Zachary here. I'm not going to do my outro, so I'm just going to let you guys enjoy this moment. And please stay safe from coronavirus, man. Put on your mask when you travel, limit your travel, stay inside, social distance, keep a limit. I just want everyone to stay safe. Spread positivity around the world, and repeat. This is Seminole Zachary here. I will see you guys next video.